west of where we were?
Where we live. Flushing. It starts in Flushing.
Okay.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to get started with the second act, which is the last act. One thing I did fail to mention to you is that after the play, all the actors will be in the lobby. And be sure to get their autographs. That'll make them very, very happy. You may be able, that might be worth something down the road when they're on Broadway.
That's okay, we know where they live.
That's right. We do.
It's mysteriously moving.
Magic.
Automatic.
Upgraded to electric. Electric
Yeah, that's cool.
Electric marine. She always wanted to be a roadie.
Brother has.
Might have happened to be man. She was a virgin actually. Yeah, too.
Yes, this is the bench. I'm sure of it. I have walked every inch of this park to find this site again. I think I'll just have a seat. Oh, this is a beautiful spot. I can see why Marion always wants to come here. I wonder if she'll be by today. Since our last encounter, I have so much I'd like to tell her. You know, it feels like we've been friends all these years. It's odd. Hey there.
Hey there yourself. You look kind of familiar. Do I know you?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I passed a woman that looked similar to you last week when I went down this path.
Oh. Yeah, I do remember passing someone. Was that you?
I suppose it could have been. I was sitting on that bench. Do you mind if I join you on this beautiful day? I'm Tom.
I'm Susan. Sure. It is a grand day, isn't it?
Certainly, yes. You know, the last time I was here, I was having a fit. One of those. I just had to clear my head.
Oh, I know what you mean. It was my first time here. And there was a woman, this prim older woman, and we talked.
Really?
Yeah, I found it so helpful. She helped me with a problem that had been hanging over my head for so long a time.
Well, I'm sure that must have been a long time, considering you're no spring chicken either.
Ah, that's very good.
Well, when I was here, I met a woman too. Very talkative. You know, I was having a problem. I was beating myself up about it. And just by talking to her, she made me see things a little differently. What a change that made in my life.
Well, there must be a lot of helpful souls in New York City. You just have to find the right park bench, I guess.
Most definitely.
Well, you know, before you came along, Tom, I was thinking about how Marion, that's the woman I spoke with, was such a good listener. As in my case, I felt so much better afterward, too.
That's the woman I met.
We both met Marion. Hey, wasn't she,
A social worker.
yeah.
Love to talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
people.
Well, this is incredible. How is it two people in New York City meet the same person in Central Park in the same place? Hey, what did you talk about?
Ah, well, I think I was thinking of my mother. It was her birthday. I I was considering the loss of her. You see, Susan, I was trying to get to her before she passed. I was having all kinds of problems with the airlines and the cabs. And before I knew it, it was just too late. But by talking to Marion, she made me see things so differently. That was very helpful.
Well, that's eerie. Marion and I talked about how my mother vanished from our family when I was very young. She just suddenly up and disappeared. The police never figured out what really happened. I was so haunted and confused and angry all those years. I felt my mother left because she didn't love me enough to stay. I had so many questions for her. I wanted to know why she left. I wanted to know if she loved me. I wanted to know why she didn't come back. But, you know, after talking with Marion, it seemed, I got the impression that my mother always missed me, and it wasn't ever her idea to leave me.
Wow, that's tragic. What a mystery, though. I can really feel for you.
Well, it's very kind of you to say.
So, we both met Marion on this bench, and she talked to us about our mothers. What does that say to you?
I don't know, Tom. I only know that when I left this bench, I was truly at peace. I felt that my mother was still with me. Marion somehow made me see that my mother was with me, and that she always is. She's not lost. She's here.
Tell me, did she tell you that she always sat on this bench?
She did. And I, for one, want to see her and talk to her again and thank her. And you know, I was hoping she would be here today. Well, since meeting you, I've got a lot more questions. Wow, what a difference she's made in my life.
I feel that way too. I just can't imagine how she could connect with the two of us about the same thing. Oh, what does this say?
Well, let's see. It says, in loving memory of our dear mother, Marion, died 1935. Now that is a coincidence.
I don't know if I can, no, I can't go along with that. That just doesn't make sense. We come to this park, we sit on this bench, we read a plaque on this bench that says, Marion died in 1935.
It's like she just dropped in from heaven when we needed her the most.
I'm a psychologist. I can't go along with that. That doesn't make sense.
Well, she just showed up like an angel.
Oh, perhaps a motherly angel. Dropped in just to help us come to terms with our mother.
Oh, seriously, Tom, I can't believe any of this. This just could not have happened, could it?
Well, I don't know. Let's think about that. No matter how we explain it, we both met Marion on this spot, and she was able to talk to us about our mother. What a coincidence. I don't know. What does that make it to you?
I guess you could be right. I know I felt truly uplifted after talking with Marion and accepting what had happened with my mother and me. Wasn't that what happened with you, Tom?
Yeah. You know, after talking to Marion, she made me realize that I could see things differently. You know, after I did that, I went out and got an appointment with a shrink. But, well, the appointment's on, not for a couple hours ago. You know, she made me see things differently. To talk about my problems was a good thing. Maybe talking about this would be good too.
Well,
I'm going to go, you know, the 2 hours I don't have for a while, that appointment.
I was just gonna say, I feel like we've got a connection here.
I think we do. And I'd like to see more. I'd like to see, maybe we could be there for one another, help each other.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing you again. Maybe we could stay in touch.
That would be good. I hope that I'm not being too forward at this point.
No, I don't think so.
Well, how would you like to go for a latte over at the Starbucks on Henry?
Sure, I'd like that.
Well, good, then it's set. You know, I see a great friendship going forward here. If only Mary could see us now, she'd be so pleased. Two strangers at peace about their mothers, and a great friendship started. Let's take this path over here.
Come, sit a while. We can have a chat.
That was very good.